My name's Kelly. I'm from Arkansas. I am not a Russian bot. And I have already submitted a testimonial, but Brandon made it quite clear that it was imperative that we start submitting videos. So, long story short, a child of the 80s, teen actually, born in the 70s. I think my cat's going to join in here. Anyway, a lot of diversity in the 80s. And Democratic Party seemed like the option for me when I was old enough to vote. Long story short, the day after my 18th birthday, I gave birth to my daughter, who was conceived due to rape. It was a very difficult situation, but the worst part was the fact that I had a lot of family from up north. It clashed with the family here in the south, and I was constantly being hammered to have an abortion, told that I was a victim, that the child would be born with this dark cloud over its head, and she would then become a victim and not a productive member of society because of this dark cloud that would continually follow her. And I decided that I needed to find a way to break free of being a victim and separate myself from that victim mentality, and I did that. I chose not to have the abortion. My daughter is a very productive member of society. She's a wonderful, wonderful mother, and all around just great person. The circumstances have not affected who she has become one bit. But that situation, I believe, is what tempted me to back up and research abortion and why it seemed to be so heavily pushed by the Democrats. It's hard for me to accept that a party that championed themselves as loving and accepting of all were also champions of murder, because that's what it is. So I continued to educate myself and decided that the Democratic Party was no place for me. Not however, soon enough, because I did vote for Bill Clinton. And I even defended him during the little blue dress incident, convincing myself that it didn't matter because it was private. Yeah, that's a sticky situation. Anyway, abortion is what prompted me to look deeper into the Republican Party. And the deeper I dove, the more I realized that this party was not full of hate and racism. It was everything but that. Sure, you have your radicals, radical Christians, you have hate groups, you have the KKK, white supremacy, you name it, it's all out there, but it's not defined by Republican or Democratic. It's defined by hate. These people just hate anything that's different. I'm just not that way. I'm accepting. And to be a Democrat meant that I had to hate people that didn't agree with what my party stood for. So, again, I was confused on how this party was the party of love and acceptance and intolerant to everything other than what they believed in. I don't want to continue to drag this on and re-emphasize every single thing that I wrote in my written testimony. My main point was to let you know that the Republican Party is one of the most accepting group of individuals that I've ever been a part of in my entire life. I walked away a long time ago, and I encourage others who are viewing this testimony or by chance read my other testimony to give it a chance. If you're not ready to walk away, nobody's pressuring you here. Nobody's wanting to force you into their beliefs or their ideals or a certain mindset. But if you will look, if you will research, if you will educate yourselves, you will find that this is not the party that we are being portrayed as on these other media outlets. And Donald Trump, bless him. Yeah, he's not your typical political leader. He wasn't born and raised by the Kennedys and groomed from birth to be that president that was broke straight out of a political mold from day one, making sure that you have absolutely no skeletons in your closet or anything else for that matter, because you can't ever make the mistake of doing anything that can be dug up on you later and ruin your political career. He's just a man who made it and saw others taking it down. Not just for the big guy, but for the little guy and everybody in between. He has not had a perfect past. He has skeletons in his closet. But he was willing to be transparent and allow people to drag him and his family through the mud and reveal maybe some things he's not entirely proud of from his past, to do what was right, to make a difference, to make America great again, to put America first. By no means am I against anyone being able to experience the freedom and the love that America has to offer. But at the same time, I'm broken daily by the Americans that are going hungry and homeless and without medical care here, while to put on a show, in my opinion, you reach out to everyone else while your America falls to the wayside. I'm not the most political person in the world. I don't know all of the different parts of, politics and the houses of representatives and Congress and everything else like that. I'm just a normal person that can see clearly for once. And my prayer is that Trump can bring back our America to us before it's too late.